What is spina bifida and what kind of resources are needed?
What does it mean to be a Spina Bifida warrior?
This is Enable, the Disability Podcast, where we share stories, experiences, support, resources, and more for people with disabilities and different abilities. We are at Enable Podcast on social media. My name is Jeff Herbert.
And my name is Kurt Hauer. We're talking with Derrek Cooke, who was born with spina bifida and sells bags with positive messages for others like him to carry medical supplies like catheters. Derrek, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me on.
Derrek, please tell us a little bit about yourself and what it was like for you growing up with spina bifida.
So, my name is Derrek Cooke. I'm 35 years old. I was, like you guys said, I was born with spina bifida. Growing up, it was challenging. I had several surgeries. First one I had, I was a few hours old on my spine, on the lower part of my spine. Along with being born with spina bifida, I was also born with hydrocephalus, which I had excess fluid on my brain, and I needed to have a shunt put in to drain the fluid. And I also had some other kind of major surgeries, two per foot and some minor. My parents and my other family members, like my older brother and both sets of grandparents and my aunts and uncles, they would treat me like anybody else that wasn't born with spina bifida. Then they wouldn't like emphasize like, oh, Derrek has spina bifida. They would treat me as quote unquote as normal as possible.
So I'm new to spina bifida, Eric. So I was wondering if you could give us a little bit more information of exactly what it is and what challenges you face.
It's a neural tube defect where when a baby is developing in the womb, it doesn't develop properly, and the spine doesn't develop properly. And a baby born with spina bifida, it can it depends. There's different types of spina bifida. I was born with the worst form of spina bifida, myelomegacil, and depending on the area of where the defect occurs on the spine, it depends on how child and adult is going to be like walking or in a wheelchair. Thankfully for me, where my injury was on my spine, since it was on the lower part of my spine, knock on wood, I am able to walk. I do wear AFO leg braces, and due to a second surgery on my spine that I had back in 2010, I also walk with a cane. But right now, due to ongoing issues with my right foot with a wound, I've been using using a wheelchair for almost 2 years now.
So you've been through any number of surgeries and challenges. And I'm just wondering, is it better now that you're an adult?
A little bit harder in my case since at least 2016. I've been dealing with blisters that turn into wounds on my feet from my AFO leg braces. Um, so I've been going to wound care a lot since 2016, and also I've been dealing for several years now. I've been dealing with recurrent UTIs, urinary tract infections, um, for several years now, since at least 2015, about the same time, 2015, 2016. Um, Thankfully, since I've been an adult, I've haven't had as many surgeries when compared to when I was a child. Um, when I was a child, I had for I'm just counting here. First surgery on my back, shunt, about 10 or 11 or around that number, and then since I've been an adult, I had one major surgery on my spine where they had to go in. A neurosurgeon had to go in. My spine was tethered, where, from what I remember the saying, it wasn't. It was like really stretching a lot. It wasn't like elastic. So I had that, and then almost going on 2 years this month. I had major life-saving surgery on my foot. I had pla- I had a wound. I had a wound on my foot that foolishly I was self-treating at home here, and uh, I don't know how it got in, but a flesh-eating bacteria got into the wound, and I needed life-saving surgery. I had two surgeries, one right away, and then two a couple days later to remove the flesh-eating bacteria.
That's a lot. That's
Yes. Yeah.
I'm curious that when you were growing up, did you have any other people that you knew that were in similar situations, or positive role models or examples where you saw yourself represented in pop culture?
Not in pop culture. When I was younger, I wasn't as big enough as like a baseball fan, Yankee fan, so I didn't when I was like 8, I started becoming a big fan like when I was 10, 11 years old. So I didn't know about Jim Abbott, who pitched with one hand, where his other hand had an issue with his other hand. So I didn't know about him. My dad, he was a role model and still is. And also my paternal grandparents, who I was really close to, they were role models as well. I would spend a lot of time with them. My maternal grandfather, I would go golfing almost every Saturday, weather permitting, with him, and he would tell me, even though you got spina bifida, you could do anything you set your mind to. And with my grandmother, she would say pretty much the same thing. I would cook with her a lot, almost every Saturday too. So though they were my role models, and my dad, he worked for a local power company, Orange Rockland, and he would have to go whenever there was a snowstorm, or like a snowstorm, or like a big like rainstorm. He would go out, and he would have to go out, especially if like the power went out. He would have to go out to substations to repair the repair the substation to get the lights back on for people. And he was on standby too, and like he would work a lot, and he taught me like a hard work ethic. So yeah, he's my role model, and so were my grandparents.
Right.
That, that's super. Yeah. Our grandparents, wonderful role models. They
They are.
Of
and
course, a grandfather.
Yeah, I'm a grandfather, and it is the best slice of life. I mean that. So my little ones, they have some challenges, but just being there in a supportive role for them is wonderful. So
Great.
you have people listening out here who might have spina bifida too, and they are probably wondering if there's any special tool or support that has helped you with your challenges, and if you had anything that you like to recommend.
I have a Medicaid service coordinator. With certain things, I'll ask her just for help with certain things, and also I have what is called a ComHab worker, and she'll come in once a week to my apartment here. And right now, she's only coming into my apartment, and she'll help me with if I need help with any cleaning or anything like that. And then when I'm not having any issues with either of my feet, when I'm walking, her and I will she'll take me if I need to go shopping. She'll take me shopping. And also the apartment I live in, thankfully, there's an organization called Independent Living. Their building's like right across the parking lot, and there's a couple people there. If I need any help with anything, I could go to them and ask for help. And in my case, I know it might not be uh, everybody's case, but my parents they live they live very close, 15 minutes away. So if I need help with anything, they're a phone call away. So
What about I have a friend, he had difficulty getting a shower, and he happened to be in an apartment where he had to try and navigate a tub. And I had never heard of this before, but they have a cutout for a tub now. So it just
really,
yeah. So again, that's something that I learned, and it's made a tremendous difference in his life. Anything like that that you can share, Derek?
um, not not really. The apartment I've been living in for a little over 9 years now. Um, it is handicap accessible. It I'll use quotes handicap accessible. It was more like a cookie cutter type. It They should have had somebody come in with a wheelchair and somebody that uses a wheelchair. They should have had them come in to actually see if it's handicap accessible, because there's been several times through the years, um, where I've accidentally like banged into like hit walls and stuff. So, um, yeah, and there is an organization that I donate to through my business, Derek's Bags, called the Spina Bifida Association of New York State. They help uh, people like me, New Yorkers like me, who were born with spina bifida and their families. They have programs. Um, they have programs, resources, events, and resources for people who were born as New Yorkers who were born with spina bifida and their families. If you can't find a spina bifida association organization in your state, there's also the National Spina Bifida Association, uh, where their webs I've seen on their website. I haven't been on their website a lot, but on their website they have resources as well. And both the Spina Bifida National Spina Bifida Association and also the Spina Bifida Association New York State, they also have like Zoom things where they have like doctors come on talk about different things, and also they'll have like groups for uh kid well kids, anybody under 18, and like any adults who were born with spina bifida to meet on Zoom as well.
That's great. You mentioned your business, which is called Derrek's Bags, and you sell these bags with various positive messages like disability is not a bad word, Spina Bifida Warrior, or my favorite is it's a picture of a handicap sticker and it says I'm just in it for the parking. Where did you get the idea for this business?
All my life, I've had to, since I was born with spina bifida, I have to, I've had to use catheters and other medical supplies, and I've had to take them with me when I've gone over like my gone over my grandparents or wherever. One day, 4 years ago, uh, I was here in my apartment cleaning, and I had a big bag that I was using that had catheters and the other medical supplies, and I looked down on it, and it was kind of worn a little bit. And I thought to myself, I need first I thought, well, I need another bag, and then I thought to myself, I should start a business where I could sell bags for people like me that use catheters and other medical supplies and take that and they need to take them with them when they go to work or go out with family and friends. So that's how Derek's Bags was started.
What does Spina Bifida Warrior mean to you, by the way?
Different people that have spina bifida, they'll have various challenges. Spina bifida, I've seen where it's a snowflake condition where not want like somebody else that has spina bifida that was born with spina bifida myelomeningocele is like the same as me. To me, spina bifida warrior means that everybody that has spina bifida, they're facing their own challenges in their own way, and they're a warrior facing those challenges head on.
When I think of warrior, I also think about what you're doing, Derek. You're not simply saddled with this challenge or condition, but you're actually making a difference. Your company, the things that you're doing, you're contributing, I think, a third of your proceeds or over a third of your proceeds to help others. That's the kind of thing that everybody should be doing. Regardless of your circumstances, you make a difference. And we commend you for that. So, Jeff,
Thank
I'll
you.
turn it back.
Yeah, I do have one other question I wanted to ask before we ask for your closing thoughts, Derek. Um, what do you like to do for fun? Because we like to talk about the things that we can do, not just the things we can't do. What do you like to do
So
for fun in your life?
so I like to spend time with my family, especially my 5-year-old nephew who brings a lot of joy to my life. I like to spend time with my friend, hang out with him. I like to cook. Um, when I was younger, um, I wanted to be a chef and own my own restaurant, but that went out the window when I was younger. But I do like to cook. Like to I I wanna say I like to read, but I prefer listening to audiobooks, and I am a big Yankee fan, so I do like to go to, games. My dad and I, go to several games every year, and I do watch as many games as I can on TV and the other streaming. And I like to try to spend as much time as I can outside. A couple a couple years ago, with the Fleishinian bacteria, I was told I was 4 hours if I waited 4 more hours to go to the hospital, I wouldn't be here. So that put like new lease on life for me. So I've been trying to get out more and enjoy life as much as I can, a little bit more. So um, uh, when when I when this whole issue with my foot heals up, I would like to go out to more places and spend more time outside.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Derek, thank you for taking the time to share with us. Do you have any closing thoughts you'd like to give?
Um, so I was thinking about this. I would like to say anybody, whether you have spina bifida, um, or any other disability, if you have a dream, goal, whatever it is, if you have a dream or goal, go out and achieve it, whether it's starting your own business or whatever it is, go out and do it. Don't let anybody tell you no.
That's great. Great advice. Thank you again for joining us. This is Enable the Disability Podcast. We're not defined solely by the things we can't do when there's so many things we can do. We are at Enable Podcast on social media. Please like, follow, and subscribe.
And please share this podcast with your family and friends so we can share more stories about people with different abilities. Thank you again.